Time for the main event!
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So there is a WWE 2K survey going around via emails, and I just saw it in my email, so I wanted to go over that today and see if it's actually going to do anything, because I feel like these surveys are little tricks. They're little sneaky ways to try to add in more monetization because of what happened with the last couple surveys, because I feel like we're just shouting at a wall at this point. Why do they do these surveys? Maybe this survey will be the one that fixes the franchise. Doubtful, but who knows? Maybe every little thing helps. So let's check out the survey and let's see what they got in this one. All right, so I did the first couple, which were basically my age and everything. So here is literally the first question on their survey after you pass the age thing. I mean, you guys know I'm an old fart, but whatever. Anyway, it says, aside from WWE 2K26, which of the following WWE 2K titles have you played? Select all that apply. Well, I buy it every single stinking year, so that'd be funny, none of the above. I have played every single title in the entire franchise. Like, even the 2K15 one, which I skipped at launch because it was so gutted. I ended up playing 2K, because 2K14 was so good, I ended up skipping 2K15 altogether. So, however, I did buy it on sale because it had the Ultimate Warrior showcase, which was awesome. I think it's the only one that's ever had that too. Which platform do you primarily play games on? Select one. Well, it's been the PlayStation 5 this entire generation, but going forward, it's either going to be the PC or the Xbox Series XS. And I really like the Series XS, but because I've played the entire franchise mostly on PlayStation, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to say Xbox, because going forward, I've been playing a ton of Xbox lately. I bought a new controller, and it came with a month of Game Pass Ultimate. And holy crap, the points system, the rewards program, which PlayStation had one, and so did Nintendo for buying stuff. They took it and dialed it to 11. I pray they never lose that, because I feel like this rewards program, if they marketed it and advertised the crap out of it, I think a lot more people would come over to Xbox, because that alone rewards you for spending money and time and doing things on the Xbox. It feels like you're being rewarded for engaging with their ecosystem. Unlike PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch, which has like no rewards program, even though they have the cool little platinum coins you earn for avatars and stuff like that. But for the most part, Xbox has a really good rewards program, and even better than, I want to say, anything Steam's doing. I know they have the weird Steam coins or Steam points, but what, you just buy themes and stuff with it? I still don't understand exactly what all that stuff does, but I have a crap ton of points too, because I've bought so many games. But mainly going forward right now, currently, because Microsoft or Sony has done so many stupid things this generation, and the disc debacle is pretty much the last straw for me, I think I'm just going to go with Xbox. So let's just say Xbox going forward. Sorry, roundabout way to say Xbox. To the best of your knowledge, approximately how many hours have you played in WWE 2K26? I'm going to say it's across all platforms, it's almost about 200 hours, and most of that has been spent making characters. So we're 150 to 300 hours. This question is specifically about WWE World Wrestling Entertainment. Are you satisfied or dissatisfied with the way things are going in WWE at this time? I am satisfied with the way things are going with WWE brand. It's funny, it's not even a 2K question. I am somewhat satisfied with the way things are going with the WWE brand. Neither satisfied nor dissatisfied with the way things are going with the brand. I am somewhat dissatisfied as long as they don't screw up Oba Femi, or Denhausen, which I feel like are the two most over wrestlers in the company right now. I feel like they're on to something there. And Chelsea Green finally got to be champion. That's awesome. So I don't know. There's a lot of good and a lot of bad. So I'm kind of in the middle, in the gray area for this. So I don't know if I should say I don't know, but I'm just kind of in the middle. It's not good. It's not bad. It could easily be bad, but it's a lot better than it was last year. So I'll say that. How do you feel about WWE 2K? It's okay. It's not good. It's not terrible, because it does let you do so much stuff with the creator wrestler. And then this is the best to me. 2K26 is the best a creator wrestler has ever been. It's just everything around the Created Wrestler, all the modes, the Created Arena, the Created Championship was a little wonky at start. I think they finally fixed it with being able to layer stuff accordingly with the, I forget what they're called, but the in-game images for the title spots, I forget what those are called. Anyway, brain fart. You couldn't put your own images over that, and it totally screwed it up. So now they fixed that, so the Created Championships and everything, but it just needs to evolve. It's been kind of like the same creation suite it's been for years, and they just keep adding more crap into it. The body morphing thing was awesome. Like I said, it's the best character creation tool, even not just for in 2K history, but in any game. No other game lets you have this much freedom where you can upload your own images. You can do all sorts of stuff. They just need to take it and improve upon it, and I think you have a winning formula. I mean, I've been saying this for a while now. In the last couple videos I've covered this game, the money-making mode isn't MyFaction. It's not the island. It's not another new mode that they'll probably come up with next year for more monetization. The creation suite. That is your money-making mode, and the modding scene. Shoutouts to Mr. Dubs. If you can get the modders on console and let them charge for their content, as long as it's not anything with, legal IP or stuff, or you know how that whole thing works. Like, they can't put wrestlers in it that aren't in it and charge for it. That's not how it's going to work. But you can put in like weapons. You can put in original arenas, like original stuff. That would be really, really cool. And I feel like that's a great avenue to go for monetization of the game. So I just think that's cool. All right, so for me, I'm going to say it's okay. Which of the following best describe what WWE 2K gives you as a fan? Select up to 2. Competitive gameplay and mastery. Well, you have the worst online in pretty much any fighting/wrestling game there is, so that's a no. Freedom to create and tell my own WWE stories. Now, this is the number one thing that this game allows you to do. Now, select up to 2, it says. So you can literally take all your own created wrestlers, which I've been trying to do for this franchise for years now. And every time I get to that point where I'm about to do it, either the game dies off, I lose interest and start playing other things. It's just something always happens. Every single time. Or the universe mode keeps screwing up. Something always happens or goes wrong with the game. I still got plenty of time left to do it this year. With the views and engagement with this game is pretty much dead. So I'm afraid to spend a bunch of time doing it and then having it get like less than 100 views or something. It's like, ooh. But like anything, you have to build it up and you have to build that audience. It's just putting all that work into it would just, I don't know. It would be very defeating. Anyway, a fun way to unwind, a deeper connection to WWE superstars in history, no. Feeling immersed in WWE action, no, because it's a video game. None of the above. So I'm going to say a fun way to unwind and freedom to create and tell my own WWE stories, because I love using the creation suite. So that's good. How likely are you to purchase the next WWE 2K title? Well, I will definitely purchase it because of the channel. So that's kind of a cheat thing here. But if it wasn't for the channel, I definitely would not buy next year's game unless they have some killer new app, like some killer new feature. Like 2K26, I absolutely would have bought that this year, day one, because of body morphing. That was the number one feature I've been asking for years, and they finally added it back. So, yes, 2K26 I would have bought day one regardless. But 2K27, man, if it wasn't for the channel, unless they have some super crazy new gimmick thing, or the visuals, or the creation suite gets an overhaul, something gets made massively updated next year, because we're going to be losing like over 30 wrestlers. I'll make a video on that later too. Yeah, I don't think I would have no desire to get it. In fact, I kind of don't want to buy it right now. Right now, at this moment in time, I have zero desire to buy 2K27 other than the obligation to cover it on the channel. That's just how I feel right now about the franchise. All right, next, definitely will purchase because of that. How has W2K26 compared your expectations so far? Far exceeded expectations? No. Somewhat exceeded, met expectations. Somewhat below expectations. Because like I said, it's not an absolute terrible dumpster fire game. It's just they did a lot of bonehead things this year. And I think I feel like they were rushed because they tried to do things on the back end. And they're trying to set up themselves for 2K27. Watch 2K27 be the absolute best it's ever been. Like it was 2K, was it 14? Like that would be really awesome. If we have like a bad year and then a really, really good year. If you're a creator and you like creating wrestlers and stuff like that, it was a great year. It's the best a creator wrestler has ever been. So, yeah. Next, what do you most enjoy about playing WWE 2K? Select up to 2. Playing chaotic multi-person matches, using weapons, tables, ladders, and other objects, mastering reversals, timing, and skill-based combat. They really need to change the reversal system. I still can't stand the reversal system. Pulling off big finishers, OMG moments, and highlight reel spots. Superstars feeling authentic to their real-life moves and personality. Fighting outside the ring or around the arena. Creating my own stories or dream match scenarios. Something else. Please specify and do not provide personal information. Okay, so what do you enjoy most about playing to get like select up to 2? Well, easy. I love making my own wrestlers. That's what I love to do. And then creating my own stories and dream match scenarios. So those are the 2. Next. All right, which of the following areas would you like to most see improved in WWE 2K in the future? Select up to 2. So the first one is better value for purchasable content. Yes. Improved social features, maybe like cross-platform play, cross-community creations like we used to have. Expanded creation suite tools. Yes, I'm not even going to think about that. Yes, yes, yes. 100% yes. Core gameplay updates and physics improvements. Obviously. Deeper universe and MyGM modes, offline features. Expanded story and narrative content. An updated roster inclusive of current superstars and more legends. We have so many freaking wrestlers in these games. That's the last thing that I care about. Like, we have 400 wrestlers in the game. Sure, a lot of them are copies or different versions of certain wrestlers. Like, we got, 10 John Cenas. But still, we have plenty of wrestlers in the game. This is the last thing that they need to work on, in my opinion. Something else, please specify and do not provide personal information that could identify you. So, expanded creation suite tools, core gameplay updates, and physics improvements. I don't know how they would go about that without totally changing how the game functions and how the game works, like gameplay-wise, because they've been building off of this gameplay concept since 2K22. Like, they changed a few things, they redid the entire reversal system. I don't think they're ever going to actually change the gameplay mechanics, and if they did, they'd piss a lot of people off. If they went and made it more simplified, like the old Aki games, where you had a weak strike and a strong strike, weak grapple, strong grapple, by how much you hold, or if you hold the button down or if you tap the button. Just like a more simplified gameplay control mechanics, like simple controls. Like I mentioned before this game even came out, the number one thing they could do to get new fans in, because I've noticed a lot of people buying the game said they got their butt kicked and hate the game. They can't stand the game, so they returned it, or they refunded it on Steam. There's some of the reviews that said they refunded it because the controls are too crazy. So I feel like simple controls. You don't have to replace the current controls. It's just like any fighting game. You could have a simple controls mode where it just makes the game super easy. So if someone who hasn't played it since the old original games, or if you're trying to get new players into the ecosystem to expand upon the universe of the game, or the player base, I should say, then yeah, I would focus on a simple controls mode. But for me personally, the thing I really want them to do is, well, this is more of an improvement. This isn't like a new feature. So we're going to say, yeah, core gameplay. Deeper universe, obviously, they can always improve universe. There's so much things they can improve, but for me, creation suite tools, so that maybe include create a story, and then, of course, core gameplay mechanics. So those are the 2 I'm going to pick. All right, we'd like to see some feedback on the Ringside Pass. Oh, here we go. To help us do that, we'd like to know which of the following best describes your interaction with the WWE 2K26 Ringside Pass Season 4. To help us do that, man, they need to work on their language or their English here. It feels like they just hurry up and did this. I mean, look, what the hell? I wonder if they're using an automatic translator, an AI, to translate this. Anyway, it says, I purchased a premium edition of W2K26 that included the premium Ringside Pass for Season 4. I purchased the Season Pass, which includes Ringside Pass Premium Seasons 1 through 6. I have purchased the individual Premium Ringside Pass for Season 4. I sometimes buy individual Premium Ringside Pass seasons, but have not purchased the Premium Ringside Pass for Season 4. I only progress through the free track of Ringside Pass. So I bought I purchased the Premium Edition of 2K26 that included Premium. Okay, so this is what I got because of the channel, and we get it early, and it's content, Alright, so next. Now, it didn't really ask you like what you thought or anything. It just asked you which one did you buy. So that's kind of a dumb question. Anyway, please indicate how much you agree or disagree with the following statement. The premium track of the Ringside Pass provides good value for money. Well, normally you'd only get the wrestlers. But they did take away one slot because you used to get 5 wrestlers, but now you get 4 wrestlers. Then you get a couple Persona cards, and then you're getting VC and MyFaction points. So the value is there. You're getting a lot for $10. Despite how you feel about it, you're getting a lot of value for that $10 versus just 5 wrestlers. Because that also includes that $10 also includes their creation parts, a few bonus crappy creation parts. You're getting the VC, or you can go buy creation parts on the island. So there is good value there. It's just they need to tweak it a little bit to where it's not so much of the MyFaction stuff. Like MyFaction points are fine, but it's those stupid tower cards, or whatever the heck they're called, that I have 1,000 of, and I still don't know what they do because I don't play the mode at all. So yeah, I'm going to say for good value, somewhat agree. Because it needs a little work. I think the value's there. They just need to tweak it. So you can yell at me in the comments down below, but think about it for a second. $10 for 4 wrestlers. I want to say, 3 Persona cards, which kind of count as wrestlers, right? And then there's stuff on the free track. I feel like with the virtual currency and everything, I think the value's there. It's just they need to tweak some things. Anyway, I keep starting to repeat myself. Overall, how do you feel about Season 4 of the Ringside Pass? I'm going to say it's good. Well, I don't know. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's good because they gave us a Lita and a Jeff Hardy, an extra Jeff Hardy. You're getting 2 Jeff Hardys. I wish there was something you could write here where no more celebrities. Unless it's Mike Tyson or something who actually wrestled, or Shaq, because I like Shaq. Shaq's cool. Or frickin' Snoop Dogg, because he's in that frickin' Fight for New York. He's Crow. Why is Snoop Dogg in this game? Every single person would go make him on PC. I don't know how that would work on console because they usually make it to where you can't edit the celebrities, which is really stupid. But yeah, Snoop Dogg, put him in the game. Cool celebrities that make sense. Jelly Roll at least wrestled, so I'll give him that. It's better than the stupid Pat McAfee show people who never even stepped foot in the ring. That was terrible. Or basketball players. That was terrible. Who cares about basketball players unless they've been in a wrestling ring? It's like, whatever. All right, please rate your satisfaction with the following elements of the Ringside Pass. All right, customization items for the island. Banners, emotes. Yeah, very dissatisfied. Who cares about that crap? Exclusive playable characters. Let's see here. Slightly satisfied. Overall value for money, a little good. New creative superstar parts and clothing gear, very dissatisfied. Those parts suck. Okay, I've said this multiple times in videos. Those creation parts they put in the Ringside Passes suck. Like, unless it's attached to a wrestler, terrible. MyFaction card packs, I don't really care about that. New moves, finish animations, and taunts, slightly dissatisfied. Let's see here. The VC or MVP currency bundles included in the pass, that is actually really good because they give you quite a bit. If you complete all 40 tiers of the passes, you get a lot of VC. I got a ton of VC, and haven't had to spend any money other than the stuff that came with the premium edition of the game, the Monday Night Wars edition. I haven't had to spend any money to get any of the cool creation parts on one of the islands. So that's why I'm okay with the Ringside Pass, because it's giving me points to go buy all the parts I want on the island. So it's a win-win for me. Anyway, arenas. There is no arenas. So what do you mean arenas? There's no arenas. Persona cards. I can't just base it off of getting Lita and Jeff. I have to base it off the entire thing. I'm going to say slightly dissatisfied because most of them have been pretty bad. I actually like the Borderlands ones. I just feel like they shouldn't have been in place of like a version of a wrestler. They should have just been extra characters or creation parts on the island or included in the pass. I mentioned this when I talked about the Ringside Pass Season 4 mini review video, which nobody watched. Anyway, in that video, I talked about how why don't they just, instead of making a Persona card where it pisses everybody off because they think that's taking the place of, let's say, a certain year of CM Punk, a certain version of Becky Lynch or whatever, and just have those as creation parts that come with it. And you can put them on your wrestlers, you can make the Borderlands characters yourselves. I feel like if they did that, the outrage would have been non-existent. But they saw it as, oh, those are taking Persona card slots. Now I'm mad because now I'm getting XYZ wrestler, I'm getting these instead. So I think that's what happened. So anyway, progression, speed, how quickly or easily I can unlock rewards. Very dissatisfied because it takes forever. Ever since they patched out the little glitch you could do with Eric Bischoff, where you could pretty much just whoop them over and over and over again and pretty much get to the 40th tier in an hour or hour and a half. Ever since they patched that out, it's a slog. And it takes a while. And I know they're trying to make it so there's content to do, but if they change it to where you can earn RXP, Ringside Pass experience, while making wrestlers. Let's say you upload a bunch of wrestlers, you create a ton of stuff, because if you're like me, I spend 200 hours in the creation suite, I'm not getting any RXP for that. So if I take that time and upload them, they could have it to be where every upload, because you can only upload 200 wrestlers, will get you points, and then every time they're downloaded, gets you RXP. I feel like that'd be a great way to reward those people that spend all their time in the creation suite, and they won't feel like they have to go do this other thing instead of spending time in the mode they love, which is the creation suite. So there's got to be a way there, and I mentioned this in one of the first things when we first saw the Ringside Pass and we found out what gives you points. I mentioned this right away, and I tagged Cornell Gunther, who I think I must be on his naughty list because he never responds to anything I have to say about the games. So, especially even if I tag him or anything, I don't know. I think I'm blackballed by 2K because I complain a lot. I mean, I just want the game to be good. I want it to be better. I give them their flowers when they do a good job, like the creation suite, but everything else just feels like it's like a half step or 2 steps sideways or 1 step forward, 3 steps back. There's so much room for improvement in this franchise, and they've been doing this for years. This franchise has been going on forever, and we tell them what we want every single year, and for some reason, other than of course wanting more money and the infinite thing, the line always has to go up for revenue. They don't really listen. Like every 4 or 5 years, they add something that we've been asking for forever, and they act like it's their gods, and they gave us, I don't know, like the golden goose or something. It's just, I'm trying to come up with an analogy, and that's what just came to mind. Anyway, so yeah, let's keep going here. What are your biggest driving factors when deciding to purchase the Premium Ringside Pass? Please rank up to 3. The VC or MFP MyFaction points currency bundles included in the pass. Customization items for the island. Nobody gives a crap about that. MyFaction cards. Nobody cares. Exclusive playable characters. Persona cards. Overall value for money. Progression speed. How quickly or easily I can unlock the rewards. New creative superstar parts and clothing gear. Now, like I said, the parts that they included sucked, but that would be what would get me to buy it. So let's see. New moves, finisher animations, and taunts. Arenas. Again, they're putting arenas in here, and the only pass that had arenas was the very first one with the AAA arena. None of the other ones have had arenas in it whatsoever, so I don't know why this is on here. So what are your biggest driving factors when deciding to purchase the Premium Ringside Pass? Please rank up to 3. So I'm just going to say creation parts because I want that in here. Creation parts. Exclusive playable characters, because that also includes creation parts, and I don't care about those. And then I do like the VC because it gives you virtual currency to go buy stuff on the island, which are creation parts. That's what I spend it on. So the VC is good. And you can also spend that on Persona cards and all sorts of stuff. So the VC is good. So I'm going to leave that in here. I could care less about the Persona card thing. I could care less about the value for money, progression speed. I mean, we mentioned that earlier. But the number one thing for me would be creation parts. That's what I want to see in there better. Like we just said about the Borderlands stuff. That should have just been creation parts. Last question. About the Ringside Pass, what content would you like included in future seasons of the Ringside Pass? Think about rewards and tasks. Be as descriptive as possible. Optional. Please do not provide... I don't know why anybody would put their information in here. So I'll just tell you what I'm going to say, and then I'll type it in when we're done, because I don't want to have to hear you. I don't want you to have to hear me type on here. So in the Ringside Pass, the thing I really want to see them add is full sets of creation parts. Like, instead of just a stupid t-shirt with the logo on it from a wrestler that's in the game that anybody could upload and make themselves is stupid to me. I want like the gimmicky creation parts in the game. We have tons of t-shirts, we have tons of sneakers, we have tons of all that crap on the island. Give me cool original creation parts that are themed to the wrestlers that are in the DLC. Like, imagine Denhausen. The next pack has Denhausen in it for the Ringside Pass. Imagine some cool Frankenstein stuff or some cool Halloween stuff themed around his entire gimmick. And they're all original, and you can use them on your created wrestlers just to really celebrate the character. And they could have Brie Bella stuff, the Bella twins. I mean, they could have all sorts of cool themes. Each one could have a theme, kind of like they did with 2K20 when they had all the Halloween theme stuff, right? Or all the, 2K originals. Stuff like that. But don't have it be a Persona card. Just give me the parts so that the fans that want the Persona card or a certain version of a wrestler don't get mad and they get what they want. Creators get what we want. Because we love creating stuff and we just want to create a ton of different crap and make the game our own. That's why I like about this franchise. That's what made me fall in love with it. In fact, I barely watched wrestling until I played the first, I want to say No Mercy. No, it was Warzone. Warzone was my first wrestling game. But the game that got me into wrestling was the SmackDown franchise. A video game got me into wrestling. I watched it casually when I was a kid. I watched Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, all the originals. But I didn't watch it religiously until I got to play SmackDown. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then I started watching it. And I started really getting into wrestling. And then it's just a snowball effect. And then I ended up doing it for real for about 6 years until I got hurt. But, yeah. The more original creation parts, the better. Because then, like I said, we can create our own stuff and just have a blast with it. And that's where I think the monetization lies, is with the creation suite. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to type in here. I'll probably edit this part out. All right, this is going to be fun to edit. It says, now we'd like to get some feedback on MyFaction packs. To help us do that, we'd like to know which of the following best describes your interaction with the MyFaction packs in W2K26. I have never interacted with MyFaction packs in W2K26. I have never purchased a MyFaction pack in W2K26 with VC, but I've earned one or more, for example, through MyFaction points. Yes, I will never buy any of these stupid things. Okay, what are your biggest driving factors when deciding to open or purchase a MyFaction pack? Please rank up to 3. Completing collector sets, collecting my favorite real-life WWE wrestlers, unlocking exclusive Persona cards. Actually, that should be number 1. Aesthetic design of the cards, nope. To collect live event requirement cards, nope. Getting high overall overpowered cards for competitive play or live events. Completing collector sets, nope. Just these 2. That's all I want. Unlocking exclusive Persona cards, collecting my favorite real-life. You know what? I just want the Persona cards ones. That's it. That's the only reason I even go in the mode, is to get the Persona cards so I can go use them in the other mode. So yeah, that's it. That's all I want. I don't care about any of this other crap. So that's just me. Is there anything else that influences your decision to open or purchase a MyFaction pack? Not really. No. Absolutely not. I'm just going to say nope. I hate this mode. Perfect. So that's easy. Oh, man, This is a long survey. I might upload the whole thing and edit out like certain segments, but this is going to be a very long video. How often do you participate in MyFaction live events? I never play MyFaction live events. There you go. WWE 2K titles sometimes feature DLC guest appearances for real people. Example, celebrities, musicians, athletes, or pop culture icons. How do you generally feel about these inclusions? Negative. I would prefer the game stick to featuring real WWE legends and superstars. 100%. Yes. That is my preference. WWE 2K titles sometimes feature brands, DLC characters from movies and TV shows. Example, The Terminator, Borderlands. How do you generally feel about these inclusions? Positive. It makes the game feel pop culture relevant and fun. That's not the reason why I like it, but I like that stuff. I know a lot of you guys don't, so yes. Which is kind of funny because the question before this is about celebrity characters. But this, DLC characters, see, they're missing a point here. We don't want the characters. We want the parts. Just give us the creation parts. I think that'd be a better way to approach it if they're watching. In your opinion, what makes a celebrity, brand, movie, or TV show inclusion of W2 or in W2K good versus bad? A good inclusion of a celebrity, brand, movie, or TV show in W2K is one that gives us cool creation parts, is a stupid, normal looking real person. That's what I'm going to say. Boom. Now, please select which statement you agree with more and the degree to which you agree as it relates to W2K. Alright, I prefer seeing legendary celebrities in featured WWE 2K. Muhammad Ali, Chuck Norris. Now, see, these are actually people who do combat and fight. I don't know, like, are they talking about legendary celebrities? Are they talking about, like, Jelly Roll and stuff like that? No, but if it's a fighter, then yes. So I'm just going to put no, because this is like a trick question. I prefer seeing celebrities. I prefer seeing legendary celebrities featured in WWE. Post Malone. Okay, so this is what it says. Okay, so the question is, do you prefer seeing actual fighters and stuff like that, people who do combat? Like Chuck Norris in this game would be awesome. He should be the champion. He would win every time. They should have a thing in there that makes him, no matter what, if you do CPU versus CPU, Chuck Norris wins. He just wins every time. And I just think it'd be hilarious. I prefer seeing current celebrities featured in W2K. So basically Bad Bunny, Post Malone. No, I want the legendary stuff. That's what I want. Yeah, okay, because I'm old fart. Please rank the following types of celebrities based on how interested you would be to see them featured within W2K. Please rank up to 3. Alright, so celebrities, actors, streamers, influencers. No, I don't know who. Oh, KSI? No. Artists, musicians? No. Movies, Rambo, Creed. That might actually be kind of cool because then you get creation parts. Non-WWE sports stars. Example, Michael Jordan, David Beckham. No. TV shows, The Walking Dead, Succession, Family Guy. How interested would you be seeing them featured in W2K? Well, let's see. Musicians, movies. I'm going to say movies and TV shows. I don't really care about this other crap. Because, see, I like more of the fancy stuff. Where do you primarily discover news about W2K games? Select all that apply. So, social media, YouTube, email, the official 2K website. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Where would you prefer to learn about upcoming Ringside Pass releases? Select up to 3. Social media, YouTube. Yeah, I'm just going to say those 2. What is your gender? The question is optional. I don't know why that would matter, but okay. Because I'm a dude. Which region are you currently based in? Select one. North America. Thank you for taking our survey. Your response is very important to us. So, So there you have it. There is the survey that they just posted a couple days ago. Check your emails if you want to go do your own. I don't know how much of this I'm going to upload because it was 40 minutes that I went through that entire thing. I might edit out a few things and just sum it up. So who knows? I might not even upload this video. But thank you for watching. Sound off the comments down below. And I'm curious what you had to say for some of those. Let me know. And as always, stay frosty.